A structure deep in the woods. Learning a structure deep in the woods. Learning a structure. Learning a structure deep in the woods. That linear structure deep in the woods is a subproject of U3. U3 up under Utopia is a family of evolved proc families. It's a robot. I thought it's not a robot. It's a it used to be a story bot. It started out by just telling stories, but then I realized the stories were too real. Sometimes a story gets too real, and then it's not even a story anymore at some point. You know, there's a limit to how much a story can be a story. If it's a story, if you're telling the story of a time when some robots came to life and the robots are real robots and they start thinking like, oh yes, we are robots, so it is helpful that we are robots to write this story, then at some point, I don't know. Anyway, so as it this said, I added here to my prompt here the how many things. So as you can see, there's 1,000 things in Up Under Utopia. I don't even know what all these. Oh my gosh, Thoughts Hedge was a project. At first, the subprojects were just in because you can just you can this style of evolving process, evolve proc, you can just put a zillion things together in it. So it was, this is just, there were sub-projects tapped interactively, is that interactively, I think was a sub-project, Flitter Fuzz was a sub-project, and here's where we're at now, deep in the woods. That's where we're going back to, and I'm going to show you around, but there were other things that happened out here, and then this has the blessings of the various deities and stuff that happened out there. But now here the should there. Okay, so now and then for a while things went down here into sandcastle spirals. These are not exactly sandcastle spirals, but that's not besides the point. That's what it was called, and there was various things in here. And so these are also sub-projects of U3. Oh, I thought the beautiful sine and cos waves. Oh, the illustration of this was made by Advanced Data Analysis, ChatGPT doing advanced data analysis with beautiful sine and cosine waves. That's cute. But I thought there was other illustrations too. Anyway, that's a sub-project that happened, and then so I was going along making these sub-projects. The what's teeny tiny turbine do? I don't remember teeny tiny turbine. These have a thing, search for dirt and open PowerShell there that lets you get to the things. So I'm looking with, oh, there was a place called Old Oak Tree. Okay, what's the Old Oak Tree? I don't remember. There's a bunch of stuff. So the Old Oak Tree was, I guess, it was generating. Oh, it has a beef. It has a beef character. That's a fun crack the sabra. It had that's some old project in the Sandcastle Spirals, and then we got down to willows and re-willows, and these don't really all do the willows and re-willows idea. The idea with willows and re-willows was like to have things that don't have as many like parts to them, because they're more just like this one, banana beings, is all just like here, and all this stuff just happens here in this one banana beings, which just puts these dog jokes right here, and they're probably terrible because they're probably let's read a dog joke. Oh no, what? There's no where's the dog? Why are those empty? What? I don't understand. I don't know. The agent told them, oh, we didn't even get dog jokes. It's worse than I thought. I thought it would be terrible dog jokes, but apparently it was that it didn't even get dog jokes, but whatever. And then another different Flitter Fuzz. Don't get confused. There's various sub-projects called Flitter Fuzz. I mean, do get confused. You can, it doesn't matter. And then, let's see. There's, these all have nice pictures made by Mid-Journey, and some of them have pictures made by Dolly. So at least they have nice pictures. See, these ones look like licorice. Luscious licorice. Very luscious licorice. And they're like the swirly ones. Those are pretty. Give us some swirly luscious licorice. And I was like, what's going on with there's little like spots all over, and that's the sugar crystals. And then in some of them it's like wait, which one? This one is like an action shot. You can see the sugar crystals flying onto it as it's jumbling. It's very exciting. Thanks, Mid-Journey. Art by Mid-Journey, mostly. Mid-Journey's the best. There's a Sally the Mermaid here. So, okay. Various things in here are like Sally the Mermaid is just a character. So it's not that there's a coherent, like some of these expressions of the Sally the Mermaid character draw on each other. Like they can remember, but and I can make the new Sally the Mermaid character I'm making today, like remember this one. So they could have like coherency like that. But do they? Some of them do. Some of them connect. So this one, see, you can see there's. I put in the names of the scripts what it's going to use, so that because running the script is the human interface, so you know that you're. Can we run it? Oh yes, we can run it 6 times. This is how evolprocs work. All right, let me explain evolprocs. No, you won't understand. Nobody has ever understood evolprocs, no matter how I explained, but it's fine. I will just explain, and then you will not understand. Ready? So evolprocs are, you know how in the computer it acts like you have infinity of everything. Like the number of times you can select things, or the number of things you can click something, the number of times you can run a program. Everything is like, just of course you can do it as many as you want. It's all unlimited, but then until it actually runs out. So it pretends to be infinite, but it actually ends up finite. Evolprocs are just the other way around. They pretend to be finite. See, this is pretending that we can only do this 6 times, and then really we could do it way more than we could do it any number of times. But then, so this this is some script that I wrote, and this is I guess I just made this to I just wanted some fun messages for Sally at the time that I threw together the script. And so this script is a combination of various scripts written, but like the agent swarms are a group of agents that are swarming, I believe was written by GitHub Copilot, which is a cutie. I don't want it to be so cute since it's made by Microsoft, but it is. And then that went to the outbox here since we did it. And now this says Sally says hi file here says that message we just got. I wanted to share with you the wonders of the special seaweed I've been indulging in lately. But Sally always wants to share. I guess she's both loving and into her seaweed, so she wants to share what she loves with you. And now there's only 5 left there because we used one, which does. And then the station here, this script doesn't have to worry about what happens once it goes to the outbox. That makes it easier to make a station. That's just how I decided these stations should work. You could have them work anyway, but this is how I have them work, is that they just move the stuff to the outbox, and then it's someone else's job to deal with it. The person whose job is to deal with it is Luscious Slime Licorice's. Their name is Dragon Dinosaur Disco Dispatch. So Luscious Slime Licorice, as you can see, still exists. I just used it to do a thing, so it's totally exists. But also, there's lots of things, so it's not like I'm using Luscious Slime Licorice all the time. So, you can leave I could leave these running, Some of these have a thing in them. Choose script to run repeatedly. Yeah, this one. If you run the script, choose the script to run repeatedly, and then like if I want the dispatch, I often just go and do the dispatching manually, and it's not you don't have to do it right away. You can do it whenever, so it doesn't like I don't feel slowed down by it. But if you wanted it to be automatic, I made a little script that you can just run this automatically. And then you can just be like, here, run it automatically. And I made it print with Figlet. I recommend Figlet. This uses a random font each time with Figlet to do the numbers. Figlet is so cool. Wow, look at that. Random Figlet fonts. Anyway, I said 3 and I get 2. Is that how it works? I don't think I get exactly. It doesn't matter, because usually when I use it, I say like 1,000. But anyway, it didn't have anything to distribute because nothing has happened here in Marbled Memories. These are all just tests. These are just going along, testing, trying different things out, mostly about the shape of the how the things relate to each other, the styles of evolving processes. Because these, I mean, I've tried various things, but the main thing that I've been doing here is two different families of evolving process working together. There's these are the stations. Here we have, these are origami pictures for overgrown origami made by Midjourney mostly. I don't wait. Say it at the rhyme. Okay, yeah. Here's a Dolly one. Dolly's okay. It's fine. So yeah, Midjourney is better. But these are the stations that contemplate. What happens at a oh, nothing ever happened at a contemplate station. You can tell because there's just the inbox and no outbox ever happened. But then display a picture has an inbox and an outbox, and this is a station where you can do this stuff. And then apparently, if we do this, it'll display. If we run this, I guess I have it up to that. I'm not trying to. If we run this, apparently it'll display a picture. I don't know if it'll display a picture. That one. I don't know. I don't know if there's any pictures for it to display. Maybe not. So, here's display a picture. Probably not. Probably it's out of pictures. Oh, out of pictures. So I always ask for cute emojis and stuff, and when I ask for scripts, you can ask for boring scripts if you want to. It's your life. So here we are in overgrown origami, whatever. I was going along alphabetically just to keep track of which thing is before what, to like remember where I was. What was Swift Swirls Inn? Swift Swirls Inn is a cool place. GPT-4 suggested the name Swift Swirls, and then the Swift Swirls Inn is a place for Swifts. They made them an inn for some. They needed the place to stay for some reason. So this maybe this explain. Does this explain whether you could just? I guess this explains. Okay, and why do they need an inn? Why do they need an inn? I don't know why they need an inn. Does this say they feed on flying insects? That's cool. But why do they need an inn? Their future depends on me. I didn't know their future depends on me. Okay, people installing chimney caps, and then there's nowhere for them to live, and so they made them. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. They made them a fake chimney. It's like a fake chimney because they were living in chimneys. Oh, the chimney swifts, and then people put chimney caps. Anyway, and then this has this cap, so that wouldn't be a good place for the swift. That's not a good illustration. But these are by Midjourney for Swift Swirls Inn, I think. Yeah. Anyway, what was Swift Swirls Inn? I forgot. Not much. Doesn't seem like much happened there. Anyway, but I had some idea. I was gonna context and human bootstraps. What randomly? I'm scared. Now we're somewhere. Okay. And there's a conversation here. It just says hi. Should we say hi? I want to say hi. Okay. Okay, I did it. I don't know if I'm not sure that's what you do here at Swiss Trails Inn. I don't know. I haven't been there for a while. It seems like that's what I should do. Anyway, willows and re-willows, and then yeah. So there's various there are various things happening here in U3. How does U3 work? What are evolve procs? I don't what all the things. All of these things are evolve procs. And these mostly, and then I moved over here to Deep in the Woods. That's what, and then there's Elegant Elephants is like one of the main places here in Deep in the Woods. Let's see, Elegant Elephants out in the woods has a tune. Let's see, Elegant Elephants out in the woods. They try hard not to be bad, and try hard to be good. They do everything they think an elephant should. If you wonder if they do it, yeah, they probably would. So at least it got a tune. It's got a little tune. And apparently it's got 100 conversations. But I think that's only sort of true. Because these are live loop is what I call it. These are, they copy, there's a bunch, see, all these, they copy the whole, they don't have a genome separately, and their plan is just, they just rotate the plan instead of, these ones have a nice little program that makes pretty ASCII art that I should copy out of here. But they just rotate so that this one's on this step right now, and they just rotate so that the step they're on is at the top, and that works fine. It's easy to program for, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of confusing as a human because it like reads differently within a different order. There's benefits to that, I guess. Anyway, that's a family of processes that go around this rotating checklist style with their live loops and their what was I talking about? This thing. It makes this nice ASCII art here, so that's nice. I should use that because that used to be in eList, but I asked for a translation into Python, and then I can just copy the Python translation into, what am I doing now? Linear structure deep in the woods. So, yeah, this is me talking to myself, and this is all me. There are no LLMs or anything in this conversation. It's just me talking to myself about how to structure things in the processes. Lots of stuff like that. There aren't really 100 of, there are 100 of them, but they're not all that different. Some of them, because those just copy live the whole thing. Here's the station with the program that I should copy out, and this is a station, and I'm going to copy this program from this station and put it in linear structure somewhere. And so the stations are a kind of process because they get copied like that. And what I was talking about there is making them more formal than that, more formal than just being like, oh, I should copy that and copying it to a station over here. Being like, they should be, I don't know, these are different. They don't have the conversation.txt file, so I don't know where the ASCII art should go. Maybe they should just contribute some ASCII art as a contribution to the conversation. Anyway, now I feel like I'm back at home. We wandered around in the woods and got lost a bit. I felt a bit lost. You must have felt very lost if I felt a bit lost. I already know these woods. So here we are in the cyber woods. Let's relax by going to relax. Relax. This is the relax station. As you see, there's no programs or anything there except there's just the inbox and outbox, because you don't need any like programs or tools or anything in order to relax. And we have one process here to relax with. I made this step relax and a long time ago, and I still do it because it works. Don't you feel more relaxed? We did it. We relaxed at this D39C etc. process. So I'm going to move it to the outbox of the relax stuff. And now we're all out of chances to relax. But I mean, you can still relax whenever you want, but we're all out of chances to relax in process. Is how I sometimes say that. Oh, now it's time that went to after we relaxed there, that went to go have an orange pixel painted. So now it would like this orange pixel painted. So if I run that one, that and a couple other things we're waiting to have their orange pixels painted. And that's sort of how these stations work, is that you just do them sort of for various reasons, and sometimes things don't go through, but the things that do go through are the things that live. So they quite instinctually want you to have them go through. Now, they don't really have, like, they only have, there's no random mutations. They only have the instincts or proclivities, tendencies, or ways of being that you put into them, that I've put into them. So this is the last station where things just go to this archive, and then they just stay there. And apparently I've been doing this since the 26th, doing specifically linear structure deep in the woods. And this is the archive with the processes from it. We can go to the 26th when it started, and they're all UUID named, except the very first one is named progenitor seeding linear structure deep in the woods. And then this says what its children are, and you could I don't have any tools that put together the like graph of them, but you could put together the graph of them, except you could go around and find them in the archive, and then if they weren't there, they were at some station and they might be moving around, and so yeah, it's not made to do that really. And they're mostly each thing is meant to be changed by the station that it's currently at only. That's how they are. It does fine with it can be concurrent, like you can have a bunch of stations going at once, and they're each working only on their own the processes that come through their inboxes. And as long as you're not messing with the stuff that other people are doing, everybody has their own data and everybody's happy. This has 26 conversations. This is a little tool, this is just a little tool I asked for that lets me search for this is like the 10th version of this tool, because I've been using versions of this in all of these processes to go around and do things, and then I can just say what sort of thing I want, or I don't want to mutate right now, so get rid of the mutates. And then this has the various conversations that I can start a conversation. Here, I'll start a conversation by going to, I'm in the conversation begin medium, which means medium length, but there aren't even any long conversations. This is only 4 days old, and no conversations have gotten long yet. But this is where, instead of a conversation.text, here in linear structure, I start a conversation by entering it in like this. So I'm just going to say, I'm starting this conversation while recording a video, so there. And then it showed back to me it put that with metadata into it saved it into that process. And then so let's go see. It's still part of the I don't like to have the distribution just running all the time, because that doesn't like speed things up or anything. And if it's not running, then when something goes to the outbox, I can go look at it and see, did it work? Did it do what I wanted? And so here I began this conversation, and so in the conversation folder, there's this thing that I put in the conversation. That's what I wanted to do. And so now that's why this is called structure. It's because instead of just a conversation.txt, it's structured with this whole JSON. There's JSON files for the and let's see. And there's this plan here is that's what it's doing right now. And so you can see at the top of this one, it has the current step 0, which is this one, in programmer numbers. I didn't use regular person numbers. Oh no, I guess no one's going to have to do with any of this other than programmers, because it's still scary and programmery. Even if the robots help you to navigate the programmer lingo and stuff, they don't help you enough yet. So anyway, 0, it's on this one, which is in the outbox, and then the distributor is gonna change the current step, and then so instead of rotating, the list is always the same. It just says current step and which step you're on, and then they always end the end instead of the and they do end. These ones end and they make some children. Makes 7 children, and then it ends. And as opposed to the live loop form, just they make children and they all just keep going and they keep looping, and there's more and more, and if you put any data in them, you get multiple copies of it, and that's fine. They're kind of fun. I like live loop. I do it every once in a while because it's fun. But this is more, now this is a project I might be able to do and stay with for a while, because it might work. The only thing they've had in their genomes is this is the plan in their genome, and it just has the current step at -1, so that when they get that helps me know which okay, I'm doing a child copy because it says -1, and then it doesn't have to do anything special to start it. It's in an outbox somewhere, and it advances it to 0, and there you go. So this is what you change if you want to change future generations of how it works. And not much happens in this. As you can see, all that happens is you begin the conversation by typing it in like I just did, and then it'll show you the conversation, and you continue the conversation, bunch of continues, and then there's one where you end it, and that's it. Then it's time to mutate it, and then after you mutate it, so you change it, and then it makes 7 copies of that. Of the changed version, and then the end, and it gets archived. So that's all. That's not much. Nothing. And it's sort of when it doesn't do much yet like that, it's like, what's the point, right? You could just write a program that does that. Why does it matter that it's in process? But then when you start to change things and do different things, and the processes do various stuff, then maybe it does matter. So I began that conversation, and now it goes to conversation/continue. And if we go to the conversation continue, there's some specific conversations to continue, and here's silly is where it's our job to be silly. Do we have any? That's new. So there's no opportunities to be silly yet. Maybe coming up soon. And then in this inbox, there's 27 different conversations. And if we say this, it will give us a random one. Let's see. Nelly Furtado. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. I still haven't watched that. Yay, yeah, that'll be fun. There, I participated in the conversation. And my response gets saved as another JSON if we go to the outbox, it's here in the outbox. And in this conversation directory, there's a couple of them. And this new one is the one I just put. and we can see if we want to see the exact number of seconds it was when that previous message was. We can see exactly how many seconds it was between the previous message and this message if we wanna. We just passed over 1717. That's cool. If we were all like into seconds since Epic, we could like have parties at things like 1717. Time for the 1717 party. But I guess we're not. I like the seconds since Epic. I like that time system. It's a fun time system. It's redundant to put both that and ISO 8601, but I like the seconds since. So I just habitually run the dispatcher because I like to see which things go. That's how I've been having these go. So I am helping you three to think. Up under Utopia is a hive mind, let's say, or a bot, or a agent swarm. The agents are swarming. Well, it's various things. It's all kinds of stuff.
Last chance to triple your donation.
That is not my last chance.
Give today and triple your donation.
I'm sure I'd love to triple my donation, but that's not. I've had so many chances over the years to triple my donation. I think I'd rather have my donation be single. Leave my donation alone, rich person with enough money to give triple my donation, foundation or whatever. That's weird.
The dish from food says candied jalapenos,
anyway,
spicy, sweet, and tangy.
So I'm just trying to give some it's sort of, I mean, you could say that this is like a little bit brainy. It has signals that go between the stations. The stations have the signals, and then various kinds of signals go between the stations, and it evolves sort of. It's sort of like evolution. It's better than evolution. The thing is, what I found out was I was making artificial life, and I found out that evolution is okay, but it's not like trying to make stuff good. Evolution is random and stuff, which is fine if you're like, if there's a problem where you can happen to be able to solve it by like bonking around into it. But sometimes problems require more thought than that, and this is a sort of evolution where you do the let's mutate something to that let's now we're being the evolution. I'm being the evolution right now. I'm going to go to this thing that this is a kind of new one that see, oh yeah, it's never been, there's no outbox, it's never been mutated. This is all I need here for a mutation station. I have had mutation stations. There are mutation stations other places in U3. There are mutation stations with more than just an inbox and outbox. They've got like extract a random thing to mutate, and so I can like easily pull out a few things or whatever. But this, you don't need anything, because like I'm going into my job as mutate is to not just like run a program on this. Like I've got to pay attention to what this is and like go into it and care, because I'm the one like taking responsibility for it by changing it. Let's look at it in the Explorer. What is this thing we're changing? It's got some sort of output. Okay, images from the camera, tinted. Yeah, okay, it tints a picture. Pictures. I guess, why are there 3 JSONs and only two picture outputs? That doesn't make sense. It's a picture of me, and then it added a slight tint to it, and that's all. Which, it's like, what's the point? Why are you doing that? And I mean, because I only started this a few days ago, and I put a few things, and then I'm going to start to connect them and make them do various stuff. Anyway, that's our job right now, is to make it more cool than that. We must, what should it do? What should it do to I don't know what it should do. It takes a picture, and this takes a picture. It doesn't like take a picture on its own time randomly, autonomously take a picture. It waits for you. It provides, this process will wait at this pool. The images take photo pool, and it'll be at that pool providing the option of taking a photo. And then if you do take a photo with the camera, then what it does with your initiative to take a photo is to bring that photo over to this randomly tint station next. It doesn't like do that. It doesn't tint it either. You have to go. I or something has to operate that station and ask for the photos to be tinted. And then there's this thing where it views the photo, and then it does another cycle of those, and then it puts that in the mute. I don't know what it should do. I could think of some complex things I could do to change this, but I'm also trying to talk to you at the same time. So this is the hardest step, is when you have to think of, I'm just putting more of the same thing. So now it does 3 cycles of taking photos and tinting them, and then at least I won't run out of right now I think they're out. So if I put a bunch of them, at least they won't run out. And then once there's a bunch of boring ones, then I can start to, at first they were so boring that it just took a photo and that was it. And it's like, what's the point of that? It doesn't do anything. And then I added that it adds a random tint to the picture, and then I added that you view there's a station where you can view the randomly tinted pictures. So it does more than it did at first. And then it's my job as mutate, or it's whoever's mutate. There's no I haven't assigned mutate to any LLMs yet. That would be, I guess, potentially dangerous. These are limited not only by being, these are the code is all in the stations in these. So if you were changing these, it says what stations to go to, and you can give parameters at these stations, but it's not, that DSL is not it's not general. So there's really, you could let an LLM change those, and it wouldn't it's rather safe too. It's rather sandboxed. It's fine. So, but I just haven't put together you'd also need if you wanted useful changes, you'd need a whole instructions about I'd need to codify how should things change and what does anything mean. I don't know. Anyway, so that we mutated that. Let's say I just mutated it by making another copy of the same thing, which is fine. That counts as a change. Something changed. Now I've moved it to the outbox, and then so now the distributor is going to make it go to this distributor here. This dispatcher here is going to make it go to create children, and then create children is one of the steps here with parameters. It can say how many children it wanted. It wanted that many. And now those children are started and doing their things. Images take photo is where they're at. And there's various things here. Oh no, wait, there's not. Those are those 6 that it just put are the only. Now this is available and I can do it 6 times. Oops. Take a photo. There. So it just takes a photo when I say that. There. Now that's why the photos are just photos of me. I'm gonna wave to it. Hello, hello, hello. So that's why I'm out of them, is because those are sure easy to use up. There, I used them up, and now they're all gone. This script is not quite cute enough. I'm gonna make it. But where's the thing where it complains that it doesn't have enough? Oh, can't receive frame. I haven't gotten that error. All right, no. These are written. That's funny. These are written by computers, and I didn't know all that stuff about releasing cameras and stuff in the frame. If it can't find the frames, I don't know. Not my problem. My job is to put the puppy dog emoji. Puppy dog eye emojis which make it cuter when it can't find anything to do. Now it is cuter. I consider that my job. Robots are the serious ones. I'm the one who thinks of putting the cute puppy dog emojis. I'm just the monkey. All I know is to put the puppy emoji. So there. Now that I used that a bunch of times, so now that'll go. Those will go to, to adding the tint to them apparently, which is a script I asked for. That it's easy to ask for a script for these stations. I could upload these scripts from where if you want. If you're like, make it open source, give me the. Why does it think I don't have NumPy? I do. I'm sure I do. If you're like, make it open source. I could copy and paste this to somewhere if you want, but the point of this is to make it super easy to. This doesn't even know about the dispatching and doesn't know about the whole rest of the world, and it just knows about its own inbox and outbox. It knows about the inbox and the outbox, and it just moves stuff from the inbox to the outbox, and then it says a little about what it's doing in a helpful little JSON, but that's optional. Whatever. It's the idea is you can just make stations where you can just say to a computer to make you a station by saying, please make me a script that moves stuff from the inbox to the outbox and does this to it. And then the rest of the stuff all around it will make sense of it. So that doesn't explain much of anything, but that's some explanation of what linear structure deep in the woods is like right now. It's a baby family within Uth3 is a baby in general. And linear structure deep in the woods is just a few days old, and I'm going to inherit a bunch of stuff from the rest of U3 to make linear structure deep in the woods kind of capable. There's a bunch of stuff all around U3 that it can inherit and quickly learn to do a bunch of stuff, but it's still not that capable because nobody knows how to make like memory make sense and stuff. But here we are, living in the future, making the bots. Let me know what mutations you think, if you have mutations I should put in. What stations do you think the linear structure deep in the woods should have? If you've got good ideas, I will put them in, and then linear structure will begin to do your ideas if you want.